My first time watching the Shawshank Redemption. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Mr. Dufresne, describe the confrontation you had with your wife the night that she was murdered.
She said she was glad I knew, and she wanted a divorce in Reno.
What was your response?
Told her I would not grant one.
What happened after you argued with your wife?
Packed a bag to go and stay with Mr. Quinn. Went to a few bars first. Later, I drove to his house to confront them. They weren't home.
With what intention?
I'm not sure.
When they arrived, you went up to the house and murdered them.
I got back in the car and I drove home to sleep it off. Along the way, I stopped and I threw my gun into the Royal River.
Riddled with .38 caliber bullets. Now, does that strike you as a fantastic coincidence, Mr. Dufresne, or is it just me? Yet you still maintain that you threw your gun into the river. That's very convenient. And nary a gun was found. Is very convenient.
Since I am innocent of this crime, sir, I find it decidedly inconvenient.
Was their crime so great as to merit a death sentence?
That's how they open up the movie. It started on 10. There's just too many factors.
You served 20 years of a life sentence?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. I learned my lesson. I can honestly say that I'm a changed man, no longer a danger to society.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking about how we never seen a young Morgan Freeman, and the picture that they had of him was a young guy. So his appeal was rejected? Whew.
Hey, Red.
Yeah, I got rejected last week.
There must be a con like me in every prison in America. I'm the guy who can get it for you. Cigarettes, a bottle of brandy to celebrate your kid's high school graduation. Yes, sir. I'm a regular Sears and Roebuck. So when Andy Dufresne came to me and made to smuggle Rita Hayworth into the prison, no problem. Andy came to Shawshank prison in early 1947. On the outside, he'd been vice president of a large port.
Wow. Why is everybody clapping? Is it because of the new prisoners?
You follow this officer.
It just feels so intimidating. What I noticed is that everybody in this lineup has on a hat except for Andy. So he really sticks out to the audience, especially.
Down for 8th from the front. He'll be first. Well, Haywood, you're so smart, you call it.
5th one from the front. Put me down for quarter deck.
I must admit, I didn't think much of him the first time I laid eyes. Looked like a stiff breeze would blow him over. That was my first impression. Drink cigarettes.
Turn to the right. Eyes front.
Mr. Hadley, he's captain of the guards. I'm Mr. Norton, the warden. You are convicted felons. That's why they've sent you to me. The other rules, you'll figure out as you go along.
When do we eat?
We're on the same wave, my guy. Concerned about the food.
You eat when we say you eat. On your feet.
Welcome to Shawshank.
Turn around.
Wow.
Badly clean. Go to your left, pick up your clothes and Bible.
Old life blown away in the blink of an eye. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it. Somebody always breaks down crying.
Lights on.
Fish, fishy.
And they don't quit till they reel someone in.
I want to go home. I want my mother. I ain't supposed to be here. Not me. You don't understand. I'm not supposed to be here.
How is this allowed here? That he's...
His first night in the joint, Andy Dufresne cost me 2 packs of cigarettes. He never made a sound.
I already love the dynamic of this film, addressing the hierarchy in prison. To see the prisoners who have been here for a while, for harder, and then the new ones who aren't really built for the prison. Which, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever built for prison because it's prison. I guess a better word is adapted to this environment. We haven't heard a word from him since the sentencing. Is that a huh? That's a maggot.
Are you going to eat that?
No, sir.
I hadn't planned on it.
Wait a minute. How does he have a...
Thank you.
How does he have a bird?
His nest. I'm going to look after him until he's big enough to fly. Oh, no. Here he comes.
Morning, fellas. Fine morning, isn't it? Come on, set him down. I want them all lined up here.
Hadley busted his head up pretty good. Doc had already gone home for the night. Stayed there till this morning.
What?
What was his name?
What'd you say?
Just wondering if anyone knew his name.
Andy kept pretty much to himself at first. trying to adapt to life on the inside. It wasn't until a month went by that he finally opened his mouth to say more than 2 words to somebody. That somebody was me.
Wife-killing banker. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
You gonna fit right in. Everybody in here is innocent. Did you know that? Hey, what you in here for?
Didn't do it.
Wow.
Rumor has it you're a real cold fish. I had made up my mind.
I understand you're a man that knows how to get things.
I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
I wonder if you might get me a rock hammer.
A what?
A rock hammer.
What is it and why?
What do you care?
Well, if it was a toothbrush, I wouldn't ask questions. I'd just quote a price. But then a toothbrush is a non-lethal object.
Rock hammer's about 6 or 7 inches long. Some mica, shale, limestone. So I'm a rock hound.
Right, you know your rocks.
That wasn't my old life.
If I were you, I'd grow eyes in the back of my head. Well, that's free. But you understand my concern.
Well, if there's any trouble, I won't use the rock hammer, okay?
Then I'd guess you want to escape. Tunnel under the wall, maybe. If I missed something here, what's funny?
You'll understand when you see the rock hammer.
Risk goes up, price goes up. Folks who run this joint love surprise inspections. They do catch you with it. You don't know me. You mention my name, we'd never do business again.
I understand.
Red. Name's Red. Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
I don't know how to explain it, but the dynamic between Andy and Red is just so much swag in the air. Like, the both of them. I don't know how to explain it.
I liked Andy from the start.
Me too. Oh, is it in the bag? He gave him a nod. So that's how they do it. Bring stuff in. It's pretty slick. Yeah, that's smart.
It would take a man about 600 years to tunnel under the wall with one of these. Delivery for DUFRESNE.
Oh snap, even he's in on it?
DUFRESNE, we're running low on Hexite.
This don't look right. Nobody else is here. Yep. This looks like a setup. Okay. Come on.
But prison is no fairy tale world. But we all knew.
The score is
Every
gorgeous.
so often, Andy would
Oh,
fresh bruises.
Andy. This is so annoying.
I do believe those first 2 years were the worst for us.
2 years?
But then in the spring of 1949,
The roof of the license plate factory needs resurfacing.
it was outdoor detail.
Okay, he put in a word. He said, let me put us on the shift.
Me and some fellas I know were among the names called.
Aww.
Only cost us a pack of smoke.
This big shot lawyer calls me long distance from Texas. Says, sorry to inform you, but your brother just died. Your brother died a rich man.
You gonna see any of that?
35,000. That's what he left me.
Why he acting like 35,000 is not a lot of money? Even today.
Crying shame. Some people really got it awful.
Andy, you nuts. Keep your eyes on your mouth, man. Andy.
Yeah, maybe enough to buy a new car, and then what? I gotta pay tax on the car. Repair, maintenance.
Sir, it's just what comes with the territory. And right, gotta know your place.
Brother.
Know your place. And he tall.
Hey!
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
Ooh.
Oh, that's funny.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back?
Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that 35,000.
35,000.
35,000.
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny. If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse.
What? Wait, what? Is that still today a thing?
Why should I end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. But you do need someone to set up the tax-free gift for you. I suppose I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. Nearly free of charge. 3 beers apiece for each of my co-workers.
Wow.
Co-workers.
Okay, guard number 2, be quiet, please.
If you can have a
Okay, for 1, that is so sweet. He would offer his help. 2, he will not only get something for himself, but get something for his friends. Like, he's so caring. Like, why are you here? Why are you here in prison?
Drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer. We sat and drank and felt like free men. As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade. A strange little smile on his face.
Probably like the closest thing that he has to normalcy.
Want a cold one, Andy?
No thanks. Gave up drinking.
Oh, stop it. Why is he? Oh. This is too much. He gave up drinking since that night.
Chess. And there's a game of kings.
What?
Realize, maybe let me teach you someday. I've been thinking of getting a board together.
I'm the guy that can get things, right?
We might do business on a board. I want to carve the pieces myself. One side in alabaster, the opposing side in soapstone. What do you think?
I think it'll take years.
Well, years I got. Pickings are pretty slim in the yard. Pebbles, mostly.
And we getting to be kind of friends, aren't we?
I would say so.
Yeah, I guess.
Why'd you do it?
I'm innocent, Red. Just like everybody else here.
I don't even know if he's telling the truth or not.
Murder. Same as you. Only guilty man in Shawshank.
Wow. He's actually, you know, owning it. Like, for people who actually committed a crime, they're like, I'm innocent. But with Andy, I just don't know. So I think that makes Red stand out as a character, too. The fact that he's willing to admit, like, yeah, I'm here for a reason.
I understand you're a man that knows how to get things.
Yeah, I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
Can you get her?
Is that Rita?
Take a few weeks.
Weeks.
Who is, like a real woman, or is that Rita Hayworth on the screen? Oh! I wish there was more security. Where the guards at? Because this is really getting on my nerves. They can at least protect the
What they did do is beat him within an inch of his life and to spend a month in the infirmary.
Just a week. A week. Oh. I didn't see that coming. Oh my gosh. It's really hard to say whether if Andy said something to the guards, which I don't think he did because he didn't say anything for 2 years. I think just because he ended up in the infirmary and he looked out for this guard, that the guard is looking out for Andy.
And Boggs never walked again.
Wow.
They transferred him to a minimum security hospital upstate.
I figure we owe him that much for the beer.
Man likes to play chess.
Me too.
Let's get him some rocks.
Like, this is the sweetest thing ever. It's like a ecosystem of friendship.
I ain't alabaster either.
Ew. Oh, don't. Why would he do that?
And by the weekend he was due back, they had enough rock saved up to keep him busy till rapture. Rita Hayworth herself.
Oh, he got a poster. Because I was like, I know he could bring stuff into the prison, but how he gonna sneak a woman in? No charge, welcome back. Oh, like, they're so sweet. Oh, ooh.
119.
What about all those posters he had up on the wall? This can't be your first toss-up, Andy.
On your feet.
Or are the posters okay? Hopefully he hid the pickaxe somewhere. Wow. Really is a toss-up. Just at least be courteous of the person's name. Is it clear? Where did he hide it?
Turn around, face the ward.
Ah.
Pleased to see you reading this. Any favorite passages?
Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh.
Mark 13:35. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness.
John chapter 8, verse 12.
I hear you're good with numbers.
I'll explain this.
Ah, what?
It's called a rock blanket for shaping and polishing rocks.
I'm just thinking about the act.
Pretty clean.
Exceptions can be made.
Y'all got me holding my breath right now. Y'all couldn't take no toss-up. Andy played that off clean, bro. What's this all about?
You enjoy working in the laundry?
No, sir, not especially.
Well, perhaps we can find something more befitting a man of your education.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We just got birds lurking all around the
Brooks.
prison. Oh, it's that guy, no wonder.
Reassigned to you.
I know, they told me. Shawshank Prison Library. And they made me librarian in 1912.
And in all
1912.
that time, have you ever had an assistant?
Thinking about maybe setting up some kind of trust fund for my kids' educations.
Why don't we have a seat and talk it over?
Bro, this is so cool. Like, I can't explain my excitement right now. Like, even though Andy's in prison right now, I don't know. He's making the best of the situation. It's so cool to see them coming to him for help.
Then Andy says, Mr. Deacon, I want your sons to go to Harvard or Yale. I near swelled myself. I was a suit and a tie and a little jiggly gal on his...
Few friends, huh, Randy?
Wouldn't say friends. convicted murderer who provides sound financial planning. How about expanding the library, get some new books in there?
How do you expect to do that? Get new books in here, Mr. Dufresne, if you please.
Mr. Warden.
More walls, more bars, more guards.
Still, I'd like to try.
Oh my gosh. Why is Andy like the best character? I don't know, I'm just really feeling for this character. It's hard not to like this guy.
Andy got no answers. Andy did tax returns for half the guards at Shawshank.
That's insane.
They rescheduled the start of the intramural season.
What? This is, I don't know.
Allowed to staff. Got me out of the wood shop a month out of the year.
That's incredible. And the fact that the guards would even trust him with more and more responsibility is nice. What?
Stay back outside! What's he done to you?
And that's what they done.
Brooks, you're not gonna hurt Haywood. We all know that. Even Haywood knows that, right, Haywood?
It's the only way they let me stay.
Aww.
We'll be all right.
Ain't you heard his parole come through?
The man's been in here 50 years. Haywood.
Right, that's what he said. 1912.
This is all he knows. Outside, he's nothing. Probably couldn't get a library card if he tried. I'm telling you, these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them.
That we could clearly see that's what happened with Andy.
Enough time passes, so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
You can never get like that.
Say that when you've been here as long as Brooks has.
Yeah, Red has been here for what, 20 years, like he said?
You're gone now.
Aww.
You're free.
I guess this goes back to the same discussion I was having in Rambo. There needs to be some type of cool down period. You can't just go from prison to back into society, especially for him. He's been in prison for 50 years. That's all he knows. Like, even though he's free,
I can't believe
he's still not.
And a job. Bagging groceries.
Well, at least they did that. Also, this man is in his old age. Like, he shouldn't be working. He should be enjoying the rest of his days.
I have trouble sleeping at night. I don't like it here.
No.
Yes, tell Haywood I'm sorry I put a knife to his throat.
He should have died in here.
In response to your repeated inquiries, the state has allocated the enclosed funds for your library project.
Hey! That's a check!
The charitable donation of used books and sundries needs. We now consider the matter closed.
Aww.
All this cleared out before the warden gets back.
No problem, dude. Just chill. We got the books and the money.
It only took 6 years. Now on, all right.
I believe you're crazy.
Oh my god.
Now you better get all this stuff out of here.
It's hilarious. It said it only took 6 years.
Andy, do you hear that?
Bro, no. Andy, you're on their good side, sir. Andy, what are you doing? Aw, he's letting them enjoy music. I bet they haven't heard music in so long. I don't know if it was worth it, Andy. I mean, I think it was, because he did it for all the prisoners too. But I'm just afraid of his consequences. Ah.
Little stunt.
Oh, come on. That is not fair. Man was doing y'all taxes and all. Come on, just let him play the song.
They broke the door down before I could take requests.
Sit down. It says here that you served 30 years of life sentence.
10 years later,
Have you
bro.
ever been rehabilitated?
And I can honestly say I'm a changed man. No danger to society here.
Now, seeing their lifestyle, it makes me wonder if Red really wants to leave at this point. Jeez. And we still don't know whether or not Andy did it or not.
I had to go through one of your competitors. I hope you don't mind. I wanted to be a surprise.
Oh, like I said, Andy's so sweet. Like, the harmonica. Why is this movie so sweet? It's just so sweet. A new girl for your 10-year anniversary.
He wrote 2 letters a week instead of 1. And the state senate finally clued into the fact they couldn't buy him off with just a $200 check. Appropriations Committee voted an annual payment of $500.
What?
Just to shut him up.
Renovations and all?
He made deals with book clubs. The rest of us did our best to pitch in when and where we could.
That's some nice craftsmanship.
Memorial
Library.
Into the best prison library. That was also the year Warden Norton instituted his famous Inside Out program.
Our inmates, properly supervised, will be put to work outside these walls.
That's great.
These men can learn the value of an honest day's labor.
Bare minimum of expense is a fairly loose term. Behind every dollar earned.
2 deposits, Maine National and New England First.
2 suits for dry cleaning, the bag of what?
He let him do his laundry
They
too.
overstarched my shirts again. How do I look?
Very nice. You got scams you haven't even dreamed of. It's a river of dirty money running through this place.
That's a shame.
Probably sooner or later you're gonna have to explain where it came from.
Well, that's where I come in. Channel it, filter it, funnel it. I send that money out into the real world, and when it comes back, by the time Norton retires, I'll have made him a millionaire.
You ever catch on, though? He's gonna wind up in here wearing a number himself.
Now, Red, I thought...
You're good, Andy, but all that paper leaves a trail. It's gonna lead to somebody.
Sure it is, but not to me.
Then who?
Randall Stevens, the silent partner, the man with the bank accounts.
But who is he?
He's a phantom, an apparition. He doesn't exist.
You can't just make a person up.
If you know how the system works, where the cracks are, Mr. Stevens has a birth certificate and social security number. They're gonna wind up chasing a figment of my imagination.
What?
On the outside, I was an honest man, straight as an arrow. I had to come to prison to be a crook.
His laugh?
I don't run the scams, Red. I just process the profits. Well, I work cheap. That's the trade-off.
New people? We just got used to the environment. It's been a solid, I would say that the latter part of the 10 years was pretty good. But new people?
Hey, come on, old boys! Over like molasses!
Freeze, kid. Hands in the air.
That was a pretty good
Holding on to that
freeze,
TV,
kids,
so
hands in the air.
Yeah, I've been in and out since I was 13.
You don't seem to be a very good thief. Maybe you should try something else. Everybody's innocent in here. Don't you know that?
Tommy had himself a young wife and a new baby girl. His child growing up not knowing her daddy. Something lit a fire under that.
Maybe trying for my high school equivalency here. You helped a couple
Oh,
fellows with that.
stop it. Oh my gosh. Like, this whole movie, bro.
Because if we do this, we do it all the way.
Don't read so good.
Well. So well.
2 points right there. Feel bad. Let him down. Smart fella, ain't he?
Smart as they come. Used to be a banker on the outside.
What's he in here for anyway?
Murder.
Still not convinced he did it.
The hell?
Well, now I'm not convinced he did it.
What?
Oh, wait a minute.
Elmo Blatch. Places he'd been. Even people he killed.
That's the best part. Hotshot banker.
I have to say, that's the most amazing story I ever heard.
You don't believe it?
What amazes me most, this fellow Williams is impressed with you. Quite naturally wants to cheer you up. He's young.
Oh, ta.
Surprisingly.
So he's telling the truth.
Aw. Andy really didn't do it.
You think
You know that wouldn't matter. With Tommy's testimony, I can get a new trial. Well, they'd have his last known address, names of relatives.
This is so messed up.
Records, W-2s with his name on them.
Frayne, if you want to indulge this fantasy, that's your business.
If I were to ever get out, I would never mention what goes on in here. I'd be just as indictable as you for laundering that money.
Not in this office, not anywhere. Get in here now. Solitary, a month. Yes,
oh!
What's the matter with you?
Get him out of here.
How's my chance to get out?
Okay.
Did you see that?
Okay.
It's my mustache.
Okay. So, Andy has been here helping all of you. And this is how y'all thank him? For wanting to get out of prison, bro?
Board of Education.
Snooze. Hey, Red. Come on, will you throw that away, please?
Did he pass? How dare y'all put Andy in solitary for a month?
C+ average.
That's great. Aw, Andy.
Tommy?
Why he all up in the shadows?
It's got me up nights. That's the truth. I need your help, son. I have to know if what you told to Frayne was the truth.
Absolutely. Just give me that chance.
Oh my gosh. No. It actually like took the breath out of my body.
I'm sure by now you've heard.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Less than a year to go trying to escape.
Less than a year?
We just have to put it behind us. Give him another month to think about it.
Okay, I don't know how the movie was able to change like this. Not 2 months in solitary back to back. Do you know what that could do to somebody? My poor Andy, and now that he's innocent, this hurts even more.
My wife used to say I'm a hard man to know. Complained about it all the time. I didn't pull the trigger. I drove her away. And that's why she died, because of me.
That don't make you a murderer. Bad husband, maybe.
And I wound up in here. You think you'll ever get out of here?
One day, when I get a long white beard.
To Wattenville, a little place on the Pacific Ocean.
I don't think I can make it on the outside, Andy.
Red.
If you ever get out of here, do me a favor. A long rock wall. A big oak tree. Promise me, Red. If you ever get out, find that spot.
What, Andy? What's buried under there?
Andy, what is happening? Like, he's so serious and so intent about the moment.
I'm really worried about him.
He asked me for a length of rope.
Rope?
And you gave it to him. Sure I did. Why wouldn't I?
Every man has his breaking point.
Lickety split. Want to get home?
Why are you lickety splitting? Bro, leave him alone. Yeah, Andy, you know the code, man. I feel like Andy did something. I don't know.
My stuff down the laundry.
No. I know he don't expect Andy to keep doing all this stuff after he done killed that boy.
Place wasn't the same without you.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have put me in solitary for 2 months. Andy, what you about to do? Oh, he gonna shine the shoes? Okay. You know what I actually noticed throughout this whole movie? We've never heard Andy complain about being here, about being wrongfully accused. He didn't come out.
Man missing on tier 2, cell 245. Don't make me come down.
Wait.
What do you mean he just wasn't here? Don't say that to me again.
But sir, he wasn't.
I can see that, hey? Am I blind, hey?
No, sir.
See, right there. Dufresne. I want him found. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Now. I see you two all the time. You're thick as thieves, you are. It's a miracle. Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind. Nothing left but... This is a conspiracy. And everyone's in on it. Including her.
Ain't no way. How is that physically possible?
And an old rocker.
That's incredible. I think what's even more incredible... Yes, I remember. I thought he was just going to write his name, but now thinking about it, this is the first time in the movie where they actually hid something from us, and this was hidden. So even though Andy was like the main character and we were watching him, he hid that even from us.
Geology is the study of pressure and time.
That's brilliant.
A handful at a time.
Lickety split. Want to get home?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Andy did like he was told. Buffed those shoes to a high mirror shine.
Brilliant. Ooh, I don't know if I would have been able to handle that. Simply incredible. They hid this from us so perfectly. It's right under our noses. Like, I never saw this coming. That's even smart to hit the rock on the lightning strikes. Even to get out took a lot of work. I feel like not many would have made it this far. No, not 500 yards. Wow, that's intense. What if you got stuck? 5 football fields? Wow. This is the moment. This is incredible. Wow. Like, this is so much. Oh. He's free.
A man nobody ever laid eyes on before strolled into the Maine National Bank, except on paper.
Oh my
He had all the
gosh!
proper ID and a security card.
Stop it.
And I hope you'll enjoy living abroad.
The secret. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
$370,000 of Warden Morton's money.
This guy. This guy. This guy. Oh, wow. The sign. Oh. No.
Not long after the warden deprived us of his company, I got a postcard in the mail. It was blank.
Oh, but what about Red? Oh. Ah. Please don't do this. But I feel bad for the rest of them that are left here. It must be encouraging, though.
Some birds aren't meant to be caged. I guess I just miss my friend.
Aww. What has it been, 40 years now?
You've served 40 years of a life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated? Well, it means you're ready to rejoin society.
I know what you think it means, Sonny. A politician's word, so that young fellows like yourself can wear a suit and a tie. Am I sorry for what I did? There's not a day goes by I don't feel regret. A young, stupid kid who committed that terrible crime. I want to talk to him. Tell him the way things are, but I can't. So you go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time.
Stop. What? It's been 40 years.
First one break, boss.
Red, we've literally come so far.
Only one thing stops me. A promise I made to Andy.
Zewataneo.
I could use a good man to help me get my project on wheels.
Oh, even then, Andy's still looking out for the squad. Red. Oh. Oh. Like, no way. When it comes to protagonists, Andy Dufresne is like the ultimate character. I feel he has so many layers, and yet things were hidden from the audience. I guess that's what I'm really shook about. When you watch a movie, you follow the protagonist. You, as a viewer, know everything that the characters in the world do not even know. So for us to be watching Andy so closely and to not know that he had been planning to escape all this time is what really resonated with me. The friendship between Red and Andy is like, it's like what you want. From the beginning, I said that the two of them just had so much swagger. Like, Andy really didn't say much in the beginning. He was just a quiet dude. Andy was just that guy, helping others get their high school diplomas, bringing in the library, getting funding for new books. He was just that guy. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I can't believe his plan. It's just so many things in the movie that just went right. The whole story, the redemption arc. Andy just thought so far. I mean, he had 20 years to think about it. He planned everything out. It was immaculate. Andy is just that guy. He's that character. I loved Red's. Red was just smooth. Red was a smooth dude. I love his final monologue. This might come up in the comments. Because when I saw Green Mile, you guys told me to watch Shawshank Redemption. I don't know. It's okay. Green Mile was a great movie, but it was just like, it was very heavy. So it's not a movie that I'll wake up one day and be like, I'm really wanting to see Green Mile today, because it can be emotionally draining. But I feel like Shawshank Redemption, even though it had some of the same elements with a prisoner being falsely accused, this just had a lighter tone. And it ended great for like both of our protagonists. It was awesome. And I'd like to challenge, whose story was this really? Was this Red's story? Or was this Andy's story? Or was it both of their stories? Because I feel that you can defend both, which is great, because it's rare that you have two equally strong characters in the same movie and it doesn't feel like, you know, we're being bogged down with narrative or anything. It was just, I think Andy is gonna become one of my favorite just characters in general. in film. It's just Andy's that guy. Andy got his redemption. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and tap that bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you'd like to see more content, click on one of these over here. Until next time, guys.